Welcome to the No BS tour of the CMMI for Development. This is a series of short videos that explain in a common sense way what the CMMI is about, how it's structured, why it's useful, and the elements of the model. In this segment, we'll look at the kinds of support a project needs to be successful. That includes maintaining the integrity of the product, putting a basic metric system in place, getting objective feedback on our performance, and making structured decisions when we need to. Configuration management is about product integrity throughout the life cycle, and it goes beyond code. Requirements should be baseline or frozen when signed off, so the changes leading to unplanned work are controlled and tracked. That involves identifying the key artifacts you'll put under formal control, putting a system in place to manage the changes, and creating baselines when needed. The second part is to track and control changes, usually through a formal or informal change control board, and we want to make sure that our history is visible and that the configuration we end with is the right one. The Process and Product Quality Assurance process area gives us a way to look in the mirror against the two promises we make for our project: what we'll build and how we'll go about it. In this case, quality assurance is intended as a feedback mechanism for projects, so they can correct compliance errors in process and product against standards or guidelines. Sometimes, though, what appears to be a compliance error is an alternative way to accomplish the same outcome, which can be an improvement opportunity. Without a checking mechanism, consistency can erode and improvement opportunities can be lost. This process area also allows for collecting data across projects, so management can see what areas need reinforcement or improvement. All projects and organizations need metrics to see how they're doing. The first step in the measurement and analysis process area is to identify what you want to know and why, what metrics you need and how you'll manage them, and how you'll analyze the data to transform them into management information. The rest is rather mechanical. Get the data, analyze and understand what they tell you, keep them for future information and improvement, and communicate the information. This is intended at the project level, but it sets the stage for organizational use as well, and project metrics form the basis for understanding standard processes and performance across domains, project types, and other factors. Most project decisions can be handled by the project personnel themselves, but sometimes it's helpful to structure the decision activities to make a more objective choice based on agreed-on criteria. For example, when a project incurs a major risk, it can be useful to bring stakeholders together to collectively decide on the best way to recover from it. The decision and analysis resolution process area can be considered a scalable activity that can occur in a meeting when looking at a couple of alternative designs, all the way to deciding which outsourcing supplier we might bring on board. The level of formality and extensiveness of stakeholder involvement will vary with the issue to be resolved or the decision to be made. So these are the core process areas for supporting projects. Now that projects are under better control, we can now take advantage of what the engineering activities can do when guided by consistent project conduct. Thanks for participating.